Welcome back to NHL Tonight as we continue to celebrate Women's History Month here on NHL Network. And very happy to be joined now by Emilie Castonguay, the Assistant General Manager of the Vancouver Canucks. Emilie, I think we caught you at the very best time. The Canucks have now won 5 games in a row, and you just showed us before the commercial that the sun is out in sunny Vancouver right now. How would you assess the way the team's playing right now?
Yeah, I mean, the team has been playing great since Talk has joined the team. I mean, we've had a lot of changes, and we really appreciate the players being patient and buying into the new culture we're trying to build here. And I think Talk's done a great job along with Adam Foote and Sergei Gonchar and obviously Mike Yeo and Jason King staying on board. So I think the team's been doing great, and obviously it's a process, but seeing the wins rack up is good for the morale of the team. And it's just, we hope it continues for them.
Emilie, congrats. Tell us a little bit about that new culture that you just alluded to in terms of some of the key tenets and values that you're looking to have be a real key as you go forward in terms of the organizational identity.
Yeah, and I think we just kind of want to build an identity here and figure out, what it means to be a Canuck. When we were hired here last year, we came in and had exit meetings with all the players, just asking them to raise the bar for themselves and show up to camp ready and overall just work harder and, hold themselves accountable. And I think if we want to win have a winning culture over here, we need to have that type of mentality. And I think the players are starting to buy in, and it's obviously showing on the ice, and the results are there. And so it's just something that we felt is important to have a winning team. And I think Talk's done a good job here at bringing this in.
Emilie, I'm going to kind of stay right there along that path and talk more about the players themselves. Anthony Beauvillier, we talk a lot in the trades. We talk about the buyers and sellers. We talk more about the buyers afterwards, but also the trades for the sellers, how important it is to maybe bring in that new mentality, that fresh blood, that fresh enthusiasm. How has Anthony Beauvillier been fitting in Vancouver?
Well, he's French, so he's been doing great. Obviously, Anthony's a former first-round pick, and he's got a lot of talent. He brings a lot of pace to the game, a lot of speed. He's got great vision. He's got a good shot. I think he's obviously, I think, getting an opportunity to play with Petey and Kuzmenko and some time on the power play. So I think it's been helping his confidence, and obviously he's been producing. So let's hope it continues for him, and I think he's fit in real well here.
We talked about your team playing well right now, having won 5 in a row. We often see teams play well when there's a coaching change. They get a boost from that. We also see teams play well down the stretch when they're well out of the playoffs and they're just kind of playing loose and free. How do you know if that's something that carries over into next season or if it's fool's gold towards the end of the year? How do you decipher that?
Yeah, I mean, I think, when the coaches came in, they were more focused on the process and the result. And for us, I think if we really focus on the process and make sure that every day the guys come in and they start, working on their habits, working on their practice habits. And obviously the wins, if they come, they come. It's good for the morale of the team and just to kind of, prove to yourself that process can have results. I think it'll be good for the guys to go out, in the summer and train hard and come back and know that those things can reap benefits when you apply them well. And so, I think that all the guys will have a big summer coming up, and hopefully it can continue on into next year, what we're building here.
To that end, so the offseason very critical for any club, but certainly for yours as you guys are aspiring to continue to climb those mountains, let's say, out there in BC. What does the offseason look like from a managerial perspective? Are you going to be in on free agents? Is it something that you're looking at the market to evaluate trades? Will you continue to stay young? Where do you kind of see that from your unique perspective?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we're a team that has a cap to deal with, and we're trying to navigate that right now as a group. Obviously it's going to be a big draft for us, depending on where we end up drafting. But I think our staff is really focused already on trying to build those pieces and making sure that we have the right team coming in here and for training camp next year. But we have a lot of good players here, and we have a really good core. So it's just about looking at complementing those pieces and making sure that the culture goes around with it, and hopefully we have good results.
Emilie, I got one more question for you, and it's from my 15-year-old daughter now. What words of advice do you have for her? She absolutely loves sports, loves pro sports, and maybe someday might just want to follow in your footsteps. What words of advice do you have for her?
I mean, just go towards your dreams, right? Work hard. I don't think it's so much of a gender thing. I think it's just about, going through the process, going to school, staying in school, and gaining that experience in sports. When I first started, I wanted to work in hockey, but one of my mentors told me just to work in sports, get experience working in sports, managing sports, and then you'll build your way up from there. And it's really just about having confidence in yourself and your knowledge. And, just obviously, for me, it was becoming a lawyer and having a business degree and being able to play hockey in college, helped my knowledge of the game. But putting all that together made it that I was able to climb the ranks here. So it's possible for anybody, but you have to put the work in just like anybody else.
Well said. Speaking of putting the work in, how much work have you done as far as prep for this year's draft? We know Connor Bedard and Adam Fantilli. It seems like a very deep draft this year. How do you assess this year's draft, and how far along are you in that process of kind of evaluating what you guys want to do?
Yeah, it is a good draft this year, and obviously, I think draft preparation goes on all year. I mean, we were having meetings at the beginning of the year just to have our scouts, everybody on the same page, and we have meetings monthly with the scouts to see where they're at. We have such a good group here of amateur scouts, and they're out there doing the work in their regions and building their lists. And we're going to meet here in May and go over all those things and talk about it again. But it's a huge process, and it's super important for us to draft well. And, I'm really proud of the group that we've put together and the work that they're doing to build that draft for this year.
All right, Emilie, before we let you go, I got to ask you about this. We saw a recent article on NHL.com where they asked you if you had any hidden talents, and you said that you could name any song based off of one line of a lyric. Is that true?
I've been known for that, yeah, a little bit. But
now
yeah.
My stipulation is, because I have some lines that we've generated here. Do you need to hear the actual singer singing the song like in correct pitch and tune, or can I just read you a line and will that suffice?
Yeah, we could try just reading it. I don't want to put you in a tough spot.
No, we're already in a tough spot. So,
yeah,
so here we go. All right,
go.
Number one.
Go.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm the kind of guy who laughs at a funeral.
Oh,
Canadian band. Oh, this is going well.
Bare Naked Ladies.
Ooh,
Nailed it.
See the music.
Fellow
One
bit
for
of
one.
music helps.
Do you want another one?
Yeah, I
or
did
do you
sing
want,
it in my head. You're
do you
right.
want
Fellow Scarbarians too, Bare Naked Ladies.
Do
Yep.
you want to do one more, or do you
Yeah.
want to end it on that?
Sure.
And just
Sure. Put
Okay.
me on the spot.
All right. 'Cause I saw you dancing in the gym.
Dancing in the gym.
Hey, she got one already. That's huge.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
One for one. I would have ended it.
Yeah. Give one more clue, J-Mo.
I've got no more clues. I didn't come up with these.
Let me see it.
Right there.
I'm going to say I don't
you
know
wanna
that
sing
one.
it?
Sorry.
The top. Can you do that?
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Miss American Pie.
Yeah.
There we go. Hey. There we go.
We will end it
Hey,
on
I count
that.
that as 2 for 2 out there.
That is
Ben.
2
Nice.
for 2.
Hey,
it doesn't get any better than that.
You know what? Hey, that's going to
That
cost.
would be Don. That would be Don McLean.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that. Extra
Just
points.
give a
Hold on.
bonus.
Extra
I don't want to
points.
step on your carpet.
No.
But hey, that's got to be a free dinner for us at Black and Blue there in Van. It's got to be a free gift card or something you could send to the studio.
Right, but don't I get the free dinner?
Well, it's her hometown.
I don't know if it's in the
enough.
budget here at the NHL
Yeah,
Network.
exactly.
We'll see. Maybe
Come
it translates.
I'll take you guys out anytime. No
That's
problem.
a deal. That's a deal.
Well, we appreciate
Yeah.
your
Thank
time
you.
joining us today. Emilie, continued
the great
success, and we're rooting for you guys both